Hey guys, how's it going? Hello. Happy Wednesday. Hi. Can you all hear me okay? It's a different phone. My phone's not charging, so I needed to use a different phone. Can you hear me? Just say yes. Please just say yes. Hi. Hello everybody. Good. Okay. Before I bring Alex and Alyssa on, I just want to show you quickly, introduce you to Jet. This is Jet. He's not staying for the whole podcast, but this is Jet. He's only 14 weeks old. He's joined our family. He's a great little puppy. He's been so good. He's never peed anywhere but on where he's supposed to, which is the most important thing for me. My other dogs are absolutely traumatized, but he's lovely. He's very content. Okay, my mother is waiting outside the room to take him downstairs. 2 seconds. There you go. Have a dog.
Thank you.
Okay, back to business. Let's see if we've got people ready to take a call. Not yet. Let me just figure this out. Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Okay. Alex, why did you? So, there should be a invite to join the call. It's just popped up on your screen. This is the normal technical problems we have at the start of every call. You shouldn't be surprised at this stage. I shall try inviting again. I know you're there, Alex. Okay. Second invite. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alex, I sent you an invite. I know you're here. There should be a little plus at the bottom of the screen, or a join call. Someone help them. Someone who's better at this, help them. We'll get there. Hi everybody. No problem. No problem. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. It's really warm in here, actually. Oh, is David here? Hi, David. I hope you're doing good. We will get this organized. It just said Alex is unable to join. I'm just sending lots of invites. Did you enjoy the episode? How many people was it the first time watching it? Oh, Dave Fain. Hey, Dave. I hope you're doing well. I didn't see your comment because there's lots of scrolling to be done. It looks like they're having some technical problems. Just checking on my other phone here, which is now dead. That's good. Hey, Dave. I did enjoy it. Yes. I thought it was a very nice episode indeed. It keeps saying Alex is unable to join. Yeah, real technical problems, you're so right, are so part of the Kristian Nairn experience. Hi, everybody. I am a technical problem. Sending another invite. This is going to work. It's going to. You may think there's nothing happening here, but you can't see my hand. It's like the swan's legs beneath the water. I'm furiously trying to sort this. I'm also not looking an idiot online, which is quite hard. One of these times it's going to work. Let's all sit and be silent and have a seance and see if we can contact the spirits to help us. What's this? Oh. Nothing just yet. I keep saying that Alex can't join the chat, unfortunately. I know you're there. Alex, can you talk in chat here? Are you having problems? Can we help? We're a very helpful bunch here. Yes, Alex, I don't know what a seance would summon. That'd be interesting, that's for sure. Yes, we should all hum. We should all do an I'm going to try inviting again. Okay, let's just say that from this week on, we're going to do a test call before. Because I think that's a good idea. Ah! Something has happened. I can see a still picture. Can you all see that, or is it just me? That's a good idea. Huh? I can now hear you. Something is happening. I feel like I'm doing a one-man show. This is terrible. I should start telling jokes. I don't have any jokes. This is progress. Oh. I think there is some sort of progress. Is this New Zealand internet? Are you guys still there? Oh. I can hear you. Sometimes we can hear you, so don't say anything terrible. Just so you know, there are 931 people manifesting your video to move. Oh.
We there?
Yes, I think we have you, yes. Hey.
Hey.
Oh my
Alyssa
God.
just ran out to try to fix something, but she'll be right back. How's everyone doing?
Man, you left me. I felt like I was doing a stand-up comedy routine on my own on stage. That was rough. Luckily, these guys.
What was it watching for? You look so young.
Oh. Well, this is progress, guys. We'll get there. We were so close. Oh, right. It wasn't going so well. Should we try restarting? Will you guys all rejoin? I don't know. I've never done it. I've just done audio. I've never done just an audio. Right. I'm going to try perhaps. Right. Before I restart, I'm going to re-invite one more time. And if it doesn't work, I'll restart the chat and see if that makes any difference. Because, as we all know, turning it on and off again always works.
Hey.
Huh?
Yeah, you look a lot better now.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank you.
Great. So what did you miss?
How are
you did
you?
a little stand-up? You did your 5 minutes? Did you just recreate some?
Yeah, I was doing my tap dancing. Like a cat on a hot tin roof. It's very bad.
This is our last
day
in
in New
New Zealand. We leave tomorrow afternoon. Yeah.
Oh,
It's weird, man.
how do you feel about that?
We're videos now, and we're walking around the lot, and they have everything just wrapped up in like white plastic. So you just see the giant like wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, I miss it there, you know, after my, as you know, I had issues with the distance
Hello.
first.
I'm so glad we finally
hi.
figured it out. Everything is like so dystopian here. It's like, oh yeah, no, we can't even get a connection. That makes sense.
Apparently the audio was all over the place. It actually sounds okay
Yeah,
here.
you sound fluid to me, but is it still glitching for people?
Yeah. And, oh, God.
Oh.
Every week there's a small technical issue. One it was Reese. He was the technical issue one week.
Well, I hope it hears well enough.
We'll get there. Is it sounding any better, guys? Let us know. I'm afraid to cut it off again because now that it's working.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's how to sing. Bum, bum, bum.
We should do a clap test.
Yeah. What's that?
You know what a clap test is? It's the thing that podcasters do when you're doing a video podcast. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the clap test, yes.
So you can sync the audio.
Okay.
Oh, it seems okay now. Right.
Okay.
We will persevere. Guys, I hope it's fine now, apparently. Okay. Well, it's really nice to see your faces. I miss everybody. It's so weird.
But I also feel like I see you a lot because
we're constantly looking at you.
In the edit, and so I feel like I see you all the time, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, no, that's my friend.
He doesn't know I've been staring at him for 3 straight days.
Yeah.
Well, I can only apologize for what you have to say. Well, yeah, as you know, we have lots of questions for you guys, and guys, I just want to let you know, I don't choose the questions. I actually get a third person to choose the questions, so it's fair.
Okay.
And they're completely randomly chosen. So I know there were a lot of people really pushing for certain questions, but I've completely randomly chose it because that's the way Kristian Nairn rolls. And if you don't like it, you can turn it off. Anyway, back to the weather. Okay. This is from Strawberry Sunshine. Is there a specific line or moment that you really wanted to see in the show that did not make the cut?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. Oh,
I think something I keep trying to get in is just a Steed line. I'm as mean as I am nice, and I'm real fucking nice. I just feel it's like the perfect gentleman pirate line, and it just keeps falling out. Keep throwing it in different episodes and in different cuts, and it just keeps kind of way out.
But he's so good at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always love when Steve's like, yeah, we're gonna keep trying.
You're gonna keep trying.
I just love when he's pulling out a weapon and being badass. I'm always just like so happy for him, and I root for him. But there's always so much great stuff. Like Like we, John and Frenchie in the room. Do you remember like improvising all sorts of stuff that could have been in the room, like a fountain? And
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that scene though. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff we really stressed
it was
that
just a
out.
lot of like
Really fun.
really cute stuff, and you guys are like so nice together. So yeah, I feel like every scene has things that you're like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
include that too. It doesn't work. It's always a struggle. Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Scaredy Cat 5240. Um, which scene or moment that you were involved in creating was your favourite? I'm sure that's huge. And which scene that you weren't involved in creating?
Oh.
One that I think a shot that I really love that Alex came up with was in episode 3
Oh, yeah.
when Steed is being hung and you get that panning shot of the world and all this like crazy chaos into Blackbeard showing up. Like it was just totally.
It felt like the change,
Oh, yeah.
like the pivot of like the whole season. That's when everything's starting to change.
Yeah.
I think something though is this is such a great show because how much of a like collaboration there is constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you can have a seedling of an idea, and then you have the writers'
Yeah.
room take it and make it bigger. Then you have all the department heads. Because I remember, like, I was a huge Goonies fan, like growing up, and there's like that famous deleted scene in Goonies where they fight an octopus.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but I really wanted to
Yeah.
see an octopus like on set, like just completely selfishly, I wanted to see an octopus. So then it was like we have to have a kraken in the show. We have to do something with a kraken. And then like that slowly just snowballed into like a giant metaphor for Blackbeard becoming this kind of evil side of himself. And so yeah,
I love that.
It was
I love that how things develop like that, and then it becomes part of the story.
bigger.
Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, speaking from an actor's point of view, you're not always comfortable enough to talk to the writers and talk to the producers about your character, and give ideas. But it's not like that at all in this show. It is very collaborative. It's
Well,
so
it's
easy.
been fun to see you guys, especially
You know?
season 1, how quickly you guys stepped into the characters and then wanted to make that your own.
I mean, I don't know whether I should say this or not, but anyone who's watched it in the UK who knows me personally,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, it's just you. Yeah. I know. I don't know.
I think we
don't know
get
how to
more
feel
you
about that.
in season 2 as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It does.
Yeah, I think it does get more me.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah, there's going to be some good stories for these, and if we do this in season 2, there's going to be some very good stories after season 2 comes out. Anyway, moving on quickly. From Yonder Beasts, what character quote do you feel that would make for the best senior yearbook quote? What a great question.
I think it's like one of my favorite quotes, and I think would define his character. I think this is how he just was in high school. Is Blackbeard's Edward Teach born on a beach.
That's it.
I feel like he was that kind of student that would be his quote, and that would be enough for him.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that question,
It's not as
actually.
profound, but yeah.
It's so well. That's the like. I think anything Buttons would say would be just like poetic and wise and confusing. I want to know what the Swedes yearbook quote would be because it would just be confused about the concept of a yearbook.
Oh.
Like where
Yeah,
we
where
put
am I?
my
What is
words.
this?
But he's also so optimistic. Maybe he has some profound thoughts too. Yeah, I really do like that question. Izzy's would just be like, "Fuck off, you fucking fuckers,"
Yeah.
which is a good lesson.
Yeah. Do you know whose performances really stood out for me? And I'm not going to say I didn't notice it on set because I did, because I laughed a lot.
Oh my God.
But Ewan, I just love him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that character.
It's weird. I feel like all of you guys too. Like
Honestly.
we forget. Like there's Christian and then there's Weejon. But there's like definitely Buttons and Ewan. Like, and you forget that they're the same person constantly. No.
Okay.
He's as
so-
a person,
yeah.
he's also just like a poem of a person and like so like just so lovely in the same way that Buttons is, and like so connected. Like yeah, he's a really special performer and character. Yeah, just I think the way we try him is that he might be a dead person. He might be just from another plane and just be, you know, some sort of alien. It's like how I try to.
Yeah, he doesn't know if he's alive or not.
Yeah. He is an unusual guy in real life. Like, I mean, he's a super talented actor. He definitely is he's a very interesting chap. I really like him. Anyway, Paul, Mom, did you have any idea? Did you have any idea such a big fandom would form around this show? And have you been part of any fandom before? I would imagine you two both have been, because you're both nerds. But,
I mean, I don't think we... Definitely not. I think we are kind of... Is pessimist the right? Like, I think we had so much fun season one. We just assumed no one... You know what I mean? Like, we had so much fun on set. Like, oh, is anybody going to care? And, like, maybe it's just this. Maybe it's just the fun we had, and that's all we're going to have. And we were trying to just enjoy that, not believe anything could...
Yeah. I thought of it as like, oh, maybe this is just like a very expensive home movie in a way, like the weirdest ever. Because it is just like a crazy, crazy concept for a show. So I was like, hey, this is my weird corner of the world that makes me really happy. I think more weirdos will come. I think so.
Like in hindsight, it makes sense. Because like I feel like every guest director and guest actor, as soon as they saw the revenge, were just blown away.
Yeah.
And you watched kind of the magic in everyone's eyes. And it hit our eyes the first time we saw
Oh, yeah.
it.
The first time I, like, stepped on the revenge, I was like, oh, my God. Like, all my little... Like, I dressed up as a pirate, like, every year pretty much for Halloween. Like, I was obsessed. So it was just, like, insane to me that I could be on a ship and stuff like that. So I knew that, like, oh, we were truly taking people to, I think, a different world. And especially during COVID, that felt so important to have, like, real escapism and go to a happy place. So I, like, hopeful, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
But also he got me like really into like Doctor Who at some point.
Yeah. I mean, Game of Thrones, obviously, too.
Yeah, the little show maybe you've heard of. I don't know. But yeah, like I love it. Like, take me to a whole new world, and I'm super down. I love it.
Yeah, I love escapism as well. One of my first fandoms, I was into Xena. I didn't realize that some of it was filmed in...
Yeah.
I was a big Xena fan, and some of it was done in studios there, I believe, where we were, and that blew my mind. So yeah, I was a big Xena fan.
I may have a Xena Gabrielle reunion for the show. Just like having them together would have just
That would have been amazing.
That was like, okay, if we're doing it, can we do it? I know.
Please.
That would blow.
Can you imagine? Like opposing captains. That would be. There's so many references and callbacks you could put in that. Chakrams and
I would have died.
war cries.
I wouldn't have been able to be on set if that happened. Like, that's just like 10-year-old me just losing my fucking mind. Are you kidding?
Yeah. I just rewatched the whole thing recently, and it's pretty terrible, but I still love it. It's like watching 70s Wonder Woman. It's not how I remember it when I was a kid.
It's
but
so
I still love it.
I still have all the nostalgia, even though the shit was crazy. Like, that's how you know something was like really made with love, if that's gonna last.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's move on. Lonely Ginger Pie. What was it that fueled your writer's room? Caffeine, post-it notes, cast feedback. What was the big thing that fueled you?
Season 1, I think it was like, I guess like COVID. Like, it was human interaction. We were all locked in our homes, and so like it was like we could escape and see humans. And talk about pirates for 6 hours a day. And
just do some real dumb shit. Yeah, get to like play imagination with people whose like lower bodies we did not see for. I'm sure there's people like, I think I've met everyone in the writer's room now, but I'm not sure I've met everyone.
We've never met Zaire in person.
Oh yeah, but we might soon.
Yeah.
We might soon. Zaire wrote episodes. Not in person.
You never met
Zoom?
They live in Florida, and we were in
Oh,
LA,
really?
New York.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, but I think we're going to see them in March.
Got
Right?
your all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do you see how many Lucy Lawless cameo in this S3 we're getting? We're getting a lot of requests for Lucy Lawless now. Believe me, I think everyone's up for that.
Just the idea
Not that I've
for
done
like
it,
frisbee thing
but,
is just giving me
Jesus.
chills right now. So yeah, I think I'm into fandoms. Yeah. Her
A what?
Her
Did you
ring
really?
of death. What's it called?
Saffron?
Sorry, it's been a minute.
I don't know.
Her frisbee thing? Her frisbee
Okay,
thing?
please don't.
Oh my god. I have one somewhere. I've got one in the attic. I've got a real replica somewhere in the attic. It never comes back though. Unfortunately, it never comes back after it kills people. Anyway, moving swiftly on. For bum baby. Boom. We'll say boom baby. For Alex, how much fan art have you saved on your phone? And are you sending them to your
There's a
group chats?
lot of fan art. It's in the double digits of gigs by this point.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't really know what that means. That sounds like a lot.
You didn't get annoyed with me, but I was showing you so much fan art at first.
And it both like I love it and it terrifies me because I would be even more gone than you if I really got into it.
Well, I got like that first few. You remember, Kristian, how like that first. It's like 2 weeks before it kind of took off. There was kind of 2 or 3 weeks where we premiered and like no one was really talking about it. But then some people on Twitter were making pictures.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I gotta save all this because it might be gone any day now. Like I'll never be able to see it again because it'll be gone and no one will remember the show. And then all of a sudden there was just millions of pictures.
Well, also
thousands and thousands.
You were truly a collector.
Yeah.
So he's like, I just want to be thorough. He's going to be like really thorough. He's a very organized man of systems. So he's like, I'm just going to make sure that I have everything. And it is just so fun because like he'll just like look down at his phone and giggle sometimes. And I'm like, just show me. But yeah, the art it's incredible. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the most talked about, maybe the person's there who did, is in the chat who did it. But there was a very erotic, I think either Instagram or Twitter site. Yeah, but you know what? The standard of the art was unreal, and that's what made it uncomfortable / amazing. Because I like it. I mean, we have some talented people. I've said this on Twitter 1,000 times. We have some really talented people.
In every medium. In every medium, everyone is just like at the top of their game. It's crazy. And I'll also say that I think one of the fun parts of like the beginning, being like, is anyone going to draw me in an incredibly graphic and appropriate situation? Like some people were like, right.
Well, now it's going to happen. It's out in the ether in the universe now. It's totally going to happen, and I'm so here for it.
What an honor! It's a line, but it's such an honor. It's such an honor.
It totally is. Although, you know, from a point of view of being at shows, I keep everything. I do. I have a box of it in my attic, right from the start of season 1 of Game of Thrones. But people, my friends ask me, "Do you put it up?" And I'm like, I can't make a shrine to myself. I mean, that is so odd. I couldn't. You know, no matter how good it is, it's like, no. I have no photographs of myself in the house. It's just like, but no, not a shrine to myself. I'm not that guy.
I do want to see everything, though. So. I do want to. I would like to see the shrine.
That'd be
so good.
Yeah. Shrine.
Yeah, shrine. I'm trying to think I've got. I used to have some stuff around here, but I think I put it all away. I have, thank God. Anyway, this is from Havis Doodles. Can you tell us a bit about your journeys as writers? How did you end up writing for Our Flag Means Death?
I mean, so I don't know. I think the hard thing about writing, one of the hard things about writing is like, you know, getting the feedback part. how can you give your scripts out to everybody, and you never know like whose notes are good and whose notes are worth taking and all that. But then eventually when we met, we were just kind of handing scripts to each other and only taking each other's notes. And then like it became very clear, like, oh, we like this. And then at the same time we started dating around there and fell in love and all that stuff.
Also important. Yeah,
also very important part, yeah. But then we started writing together and our scripts just started getting much, much better. I think we kind of completed each other as far as writers go.
Yeah, I think we're really, really good collaborators. And then David read one of our scripts for the first season of People of Earth, which was his first show, and liked us, and we had a really good time on that show. Another lovely ensemble full of, you know,
bunch of weirdos in a nice way.
Yeah, a bunch of vulnerable, lovely people. And since then we've kept in touch. And when he got this going, he was like, "Hey, what do you think of Pirates?"
Yeah. So he gave us our first staffing job on People of Earth, and then I think as soon as he knew this was, he gave us a call.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, it was nice to be working with him again.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you too. Where did you meet? How did
We
you
met
guys
in
meet? Was it
LA
on a
at
job or
a friend's birthday party.
Yeah.
But we're both from Cleveland. Alyssa actually grew up she grew up in the same block.
right? I knew the answer to that.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm so
Yeah,
dead.
weirdly, my mom is a gastroenterologist, and she had, before I met Alex, she had gotten to basically like third base with a bunch of his aunts and done lower endoscopies on them. So yeah, it's kismet.
Yeah, very much so. Cross paths a lot before we actually met. Yeah.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love Cleveland. If anyone's from there, I do love Cleveland. I mean, what's not to like? It's just a nice city. Apologies to anybody who's still getting choppy signals. It looks like some people are having okay, some people are having choppy.
Yeah.
So sorry. I can't really do anything about it. I know, it's just, I don't know what, you're a little bit jerky at the moment. I think we're okay now. Yeah, we got it. Such a weird connection tonight. This is from Incorrect OFMDS, or flat means deaths. If you could be any character, who would you want to be?
Oh, I think I know you.
Who?
I think you're a Swede. Like, you love the Swede.
I love the Swede. I could never wear leather, but like, yeah. But Izzy, I would love to just be better at being me. That'd be awesome. Even more. Who would you be?
I think Fang. I've slowly fallen in love with Fang more and more.
Aww.
Every time I watch him.
He's a sweetheart.
This is one, yeah.
Who would you switch with anyone?
I haven't answered this question for this show yet. You've really thrown me. I mean, no, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. You get to fall in love with your character. You know what I mean? I do love my character, so I think I don't think I would. No, I don't want to swap. Thank you.
That's the best possible answer. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's a good question. Anyway, Ali Spock. The show is known for its iconic musical moments. What's the song you would have liked to have seen included in the show, and in what type of scene?
Ooh, that's the thing. I love obviously we have a great music team. Include like David Jenkins is amazing with music. We have Mark Mothersbaugh. We have Maggie Phillips. We have amazing music on the show. I do just want to hear more ladies. I just want to hear some ladies. Like Minnie Riperton or like a Tina Turner moment would like blow my mind. So
I don't think it would ever. It doesn't like work for the actual show.
Yeah.
In the writing, I listen to a lot of Olivia Rodrigo when it comes to Izzy and Blackbeard. Enough for You, I feel like is the perfect song for like their relationship.
I got him on Olivia Rodrigo on like one road trip, and it just really.
It was like, this is Izzy and Blackbeard completely. Breakup song after breakup song.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The music is amazing, and I don't know if David's still here, but David the showrunner, he has such an off-center taste in music. You guys don't know this, but he always has like a boombox with him on set, and like if there's any downtime, there's gonna be music on, and it's always stuff I probably don't know. It's from all these weird genres and eras.
No, it's
got great.
It's amazing how well they work too. Especially this season, I'm so excited for a lot of the songs we get to play. Half of them I'd never heard before. They're amazing.
Yeah. There's some really fun ones coming up.
Good. I can't wait to hear that. Well, I haven't actually seen it yet, so it's all new for me too. So weird. Okay, I like this one because I could actually do with advice here as well. From Stevie Rosebuds. Any advice for coming out of a creative slump?
Did you ask? You froze a little bit.
Oh, have we frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any advice on coming out of a creative slump?
Just watch something you always loved, or watch something you would just never watch.
And then just read. We read a lot of articles and just a lot of random stuff. And you kind of start finding the small things that connect into a story. Yeah. But don't,
you can bang your head against the wall, but also just, remember that there's a bigger world out there. Take it a little less seriously for a day or two and, come back to yourself. Yeah. And also, you hate everything for a while, right? And then it gets better and better. So just know that that's part of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same writing music. I'll be sitting at a computer screen trying to create something, and if you go and listen to stuff you love for a couple of hours, and I think that's sometimes just the inspiration that you need. That's what. Forget about your own stuff for a while. The next question is from the Taika. Sorry. Sorry. Exactly. That's a good way to. That's a good way to put it. But this one's from the Taika fan club. I'm not sure if it's official. The best and worst thing about being on Twitter and being able to read what we write. Oh. Such a weird connection tonight, guys.
Jumpy, but I think so. The best and worst thing.
Did you hear that?
Of being on Twitter?
Yeah, the best and worst thing about being on Twitter and reading what people write.
I mean, the best is seeing on such a minute, small scale of what connects with people, like Blackbeard's. The worst is part of the best as far as it's all the inappropriate. Spicy stuff that you see, but then you have to go in and see your coworkers after having just seen or read something very graphic about them, and then it's just awkward for a few hours or a few days.
Yeah,
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah,
happy for all of you.
You got in for a. This is.
I was this is it's too big, and I would just never leave.
And one of the first pieces of advice I was given from David and Dan from Game of Thrones, when they gave me the part, they said, "Do you ever Google yourself?" And I said, "Yes." And they were just "Stop it right now. Stop it immediately, or else you're going to end up not very happy, probably." So I don't Google myself anymore ever.
Mental health first, guys. Mental health first. Protect. That's the best offense is a good defense.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder, this is a question, this is completely off topic, but as writers you might be interested. When people ask about George, about finishing the books, there's that whole controversy over him not finishing the books on time. And I wonder if it's hard now that he's seen his characters interpreted in a completely different way. Is it hard to sort of picture them in the same way and write the stories in the same way now that he's seen people portray them? And they're probably completely different. I wonder if that's changed how his writing process goes.
It's not like we ever had like a specific way, but I think we thought more people would die. I think we thought we'd do a little bit more like Game of Thrones, to where once you liked someone, it didn't mean they were safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that stopped immediately once we met everyone or saw everyone. It was just like, oh no, no one's dying. Like no one's going anywhere. But I think that was the part that happened.
One.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not everybody, but yeah.
I think we thought it was going to be a lot more like violent in a darker way in that, but it didn't totally make sense.
I think Izzy and Jim, I think, changed the most probably based on Vico and Khan.
Yeah.
Just because Khan brought it alive in such a way.
Yes. Such an intensity.
Oh yeah. Khan's such a talented actor, though. I mean, veteran talented actor. So much fun to watch him work. Let's see. This is from PJ's Forest Kid. There are many little background things fans have noticed, but is there anything that you added you're surprised more people haven't picked up on or noticed?
I don't really think so. Not like huge Easter. That was the coolest thing of like how many Easter eggs people have. Because like the plant, that was the thing we never thought people would kind of grab onto, watching the plant grow throughout the season. That Steed was in the first pilot or in the first ep.
Yeah.
I think it's the plot hole.
Oh,
right?
you're
like the fact that like rowboats are kind of just like Ubers that you can get around the whole ocean. I think some people I think are annoyed by it, but not
enough. Not enough. Yeah.
Oh, then there's like we had.
Oh, Blackbeard's ship.
We had up until like it was like maybe a week to a month before production. We had Blackbeard's ship like in every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would sail next to the Revenge. And that's like why his crew. I think is that episode 5? That is like the fuckery episode. And you see parts of his crew that are just kind of on the Revenge that you never see again. Because they were on the ship next door and just kind of.
We disappeared those guys.
We just disappeared it. Never made mention of it.
Yeah, being new to when I first started acting, that was one of the things that blew me away. The amount of detail that in every production people just don't notice, and you spend so much time and money and like amazing artists make this beautiful crafted stuff, and you might not even see it.
No, there's
shot. But it's all world built. It makes it easier for us, though.
Well, your guys,
it makes the world easy.
It's really cool seeing everyone get into the costumes and the sets, but like there's so many little details in all of it that just make it so much more beautiful.
Yeah.
And we don't always get to spotlight just because there's not enough time to see it, experience it all.
We have like the best craftsmen in the world in like every department, and it's just like really, really stunning, gorgeous work, and everyone has like thought about why this character has this item and when, and just like the progression of like Steed's robes tell a story, like those colors tell a story. Like there's just gorgeous detail. Like the artwork, like people's tattoos are very specific, and they're often done by just like amazing artists, and like it's nice that we get to use some of your real ones too. But it's just like incredible that like our makeup artists, our stuntmen, like every level's just like crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just one point here, guys. Anyone who's having problem like lag and problems seeing this is going to be posted in my Instagram, and you'll get to see what I saw. So if you want to look and see what I saw, it's probably a bit more fluid. It'll also be on my Twitch, so you can check it out afterwards. A couple more questions left. We have the word nerd girl. And what is the most valuable advice you've ever received about writing?
Just get it out, I think. It's like every first draft is just ugly and mutated and horrific to you, and then, expose it to the air and other people and things will get better. We call it like the first draft of things like the vomit draft, which has just like all your hopes and dreams and fears in it. And then it just like, you pare it down, it gets better, it gets more specific and emotional and everything. So just like...
Get it out. Writing is rewriting.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes hard. But like once you get it out, you can do
Yeah.
it again and fix it, and then just keep doing that again and again.
Mm-hmm. Till you die.
So wait, what you say about writing is so similar to music as well. As I sat on music stuff for so many years and didn't want to put it out because I didn't feel happy with it. But one thing that is true as shit. No matter how finished you think you are, when you put it out there, someone's going to say, change that, change this, change that. So you might as well put it out there and listen to the opinion and just put it out. There's going to be so many changes. So it's the same thing. It's also a pain in the ass.
Yeah, we're being very adult about it now, but it's painful. It can be painful.
Yeah, behind closed doors, I know I get really pissed. But anyway. Our flag means death. Oh, that's a good handle. How close to scenes being filmed are you making amendments? Like, like during?
How dare you? Yeah, I mean that's the thing about production. Like you find out, actually, New Zealand's pretty cool with fire. You can have more fire in New Zealand than there'll be more fire in season 2 than season 1. But there's just there's always something that changes, or someone will get COVID, or we don't actually have this. Like things are always migrating a little bit, and especially on a show that just like has so many moving pieces, like something's gonna change. But you do find a lot of times like, oh, those changes make something better. Like it ends up being additive, or you end up finding something creative that you wouldn't have found otherwise. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of changes, but I think it's just it's a very alive show, I would say. And I think that's why it works. Like when we find things that work, we follow them, you know?
Yeah. Usually you're never away from set with like your iPads and your clipboards and your whips, your cattle prods, you know. Do it right. Yeah, okay. I really need to wear my glasses. It's not very attractive me squinting at the screen. A fine fabric has asked, is anyone on earth who likes fan art more than Alex?
No, I don't. No.
You want the title?
I want the title, yeah.
Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Gig for gig.
I think Samba could be close. Samba's really going through it. Yeah.
Oh. It's also you talked to me about Samba and yeah.
But no. I think I go camera.
That camera is very close to being shoved where the sun doesn't shine a few times, but in a nice way. I said when he takes pictures of me sleeping, that's usually when I feel that way. Yeah. But Samba's just such a nice guy, though. How could you possibly feel violent towards him? Actually, I can. Okay. Stupid lullabies. Alex. Well, this is for both of you, obviously. Alex, how do you find every single tweet? How do you find every single tweet?
I think it goes back to like being obsessed with the fan art so early on. I think I started following those people immediately because it was like, oh, we have 5 fans. That's going to be it. We're never going to have any more. And those ended up being the people who kind of like are the most hardcore. And so it's just the algorithm just sending me everything.
Yeah, the algorithm I think is also really helpful. It's so funny. It's just like we obviously work together, we live together, and there's just like a whole side of his phone that I like only know a little bit about.
Yeah, you'll start sifting through my pictures and it'll just be a ton.
And I'm like, wait, more of me. Where's more of Yeah.
You know, I remember I was in New York at the time when I had 500 followers on Twitter. And I thought that was it. I thought I was the shit. I was like, 5 followers? Yeah, that's absolutely crazy to me. Was that even in reference to what I was? I just decided to give that fact there for no reason whatsoever. Stage light. What's your favorite ship?
Oh, on the show? I think it's, I don't know, maybe Buttons in the Sea. I'm trying to think.
Buttons in
But
That's broad. That's broad in the question. What's
in
your
the
favorite show
world,
in the world? Or on
I
on
mean,
any show?
Oh, on any show.
well, Xena and Gabrielle loom large.
I think it's the Doctor and Rose.
Oh yeah, no, I had like a really big Doctor and Rose situation. I think like Shondaland will always like give me something that I'm like rooting for. Like Grey's Anatomy just was like just so much just like sexy eye contact and surgeries and just like McDreamy and Mary.
Yeah.
I'm talking about fucking ships here, guys.
Oh, I thought we were talking about shit. Oh,
I thought we were talking about relationships.
yeah. I thought we were talking about who we're saying.
Yeah, I don't actually know which one it is.
Oh.
But I took it as a boat. It may well be a ship. It may well be a ship.
The Revenge.
But,
Yeah.
Done. The
I
Revenge.
was talking about boats. That's why I said the biggest in the world.
We should.
We should know more shit.
The
Okay.
USS
The Revenge is your
Missouri. I
favorite
don't
boat.
know. It's a great. Yeah.
The Mary Rose, and also it's really nice sauce. Okay. Okay. I want to know this too, actually. This is from, oh God, Argostia01. Will we have the opportunity to see behind the scenes and making of at some point? I want blippers.
Oh,
I want to see blippers.
I would say there's talk.
Yeah, there's
There
always
must be
talk.
so
There's
many.
always there's chats and talks. I think honestly, I feel like this is Samba's department. Like we should find out from Samba what the BTS will be. Yeah, I think I would hope that more of it
Gets out.
Yeah, just because we have
Yeah.
so many beautiful sequences and insane sequences this year that I hope we get to.
There's just so
have
much
people
great. When you were
experience
talking
more of
about
it.
the room improv, just stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To really see you guys get weird.
Yeah.
It's fun watching you guys.
Yeah. I think, blippers were more of a big thing when
Yes.
people bought DVD box sets and stuff. No, but that's why they don't see blippers as much, I think. But I would love to see them. I think
my
half
gosh.
the bloody show could be blippers.
Yeah. There's
Seriously.
yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, look, thank you so much for your time. We are, what time is it now? How long have we been on for? We've been on for ages. I said like 15 minutes. It was such a lie. I knew it would be 15 minutes. I always knew that.
Half of it we were like not even, we didn't have audio, so altogether maybe 7.
Yeah. We had a shaky start. So guys, over the next couple of weeks, we've got, well, I think for the last show, David Jenkins is going to join us. The daddy of the show is going to join us for episode 10. We've got some background actors, well, people who played slightly smaller parts. They're going to join us for a couple of shows. We have, I'm not going to say who's coming until the week of, because I don't want to disappoint you. Because we're busy and things change. So it will be probably by the weekend of before the show. I will let you know who's going to be on. Guys, I can't believe this is your last day in New Zealand. That's so weird. Like, you've been there for
we have
so long.
We have.
We're 6 months.
Crazy. We're gonna be LA people again. It's gonna be. We're gonna have really great Mexican food.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see as many beautiful cliffs. It's gonna be weird. Yeah.
I miss the food, and I miss the beaches and the people.
It's insane. We
Um,
were really lucky to have moved the show and it to have been like such a nice family still and built
A new family too. Yeah.
a bigger family. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I hope to catch up with you guys soon in LA. I'll let you know when I'm coming.
Well, too.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too long.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. It's been great. And thank you everybody for being here. I think I have to do my host thing now. Guys, thank you so much. I'll be here this time next week with somebody else. Thank you, Alex and Alyssa. Love you guys. Take care. Take care, guys. All the best. I will see you next week. And as I say, I will be posting this on Instagram and Twitch. Thank you, guys.